Hello guys, and welcome to another video here with Invictus Trader. My name is Robert Sutu. Today is Saturday, July 15th. I'll be doing my best to recap the events that took place this past week and moving forward my opinion of things to come. Real quick, futures trading is very risky. Derivative trading is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Please do not risk funds that you cannot afford to lose. With that said, we're going to do a top-down analysis, starting with the 6-month volume profile chart, working our way down all the way to the 30-minute chart. All right, guys, as we take a look at the 6-month volume profile, I want to kind of highlight the value area low. 39.55.75 is the current value area low. We've been shifting the value area low for the last 8 days as the price has been aggressively moving higher. Currently, right now, kind of value area high, prices above value area high, but most importantly, it's kind of thin volume. As you can see, we closed at, I believe, 45.35 Friday, but again, it's very low volume up here. The biggest thing is I'm looking for the particular volume to kind of move below value area low and create a healthy D-shaped distribution curve. But as of right now, value area low is 39.55, point of control is 41.83.25, and value area high at 42.77.75. We have a lot of low volume, and as you can see, it's kind of tapering very low as we go higher. So I believe this bull run that we have so far is going to be unsustainable as we keep migrating higher. Key area of interest for me on the 6-month volume profile is 46.21 to 45.89. This area is where I'm going to be looking for a reversal candle on a weekly, and kind of corresponds with that low volume node that we have right there. But as of right now, 45.91 is my key area of interest, but just something to kind of keep ahead of. That little nuance is value area low keeps shifting lower. As we take a look at the monthly volume profile, we can see that we've built up some volume above 45.16. Prior month value area high 44.98. We broke above that. We have value area high at 45.03.25, and then point of control at 44.475. Biggest nuance on this video is 44.11.25. is the monthly volume area low. It's hugging against a period low. Traditionally, when I see that, I'm anticipating a trend reversal or magnet on price, pulling price down to that area. But as of right now, we keep migrating higher. For next week, I'll be looking at 45.16 to 45.20 as a possible area of resistance, even as low as 45.03 as price pulls back to find new buyers. But again, volume has been building above this key area, so we're going to kind of give the bulls the anticipation of possibly taking price higher. Right now, 45.91 is that key target area that I'm looking at. That's the volume point of control that it seems to be the magnet on price. Once we hit that, then we'll see what price, how it reacts to that area, and we possibly see a reversal candle. As we take a look at the weekly volume profile, we see something similar to the monthly. Value area low hugging against period low. Right now we have a lot of volume building up above 45.27.75, and that just happens to correspond above the previous resistance area, which is right above here, above 44.98. So as volume keeps building up above that area, I'll be looking for price to continue higher. Next target area for this particular zone is going to be 45.91. Resistance / support zones is going to be above 45.27.75. I'll be looking for buyers to kind of move into that area between 45.27 to 45.20, as low as 45.11 at this high volume node spike. So we'll see what happens, but I'm anticipating that 44.98, 44.94, and 43.93.75 area, that's going to be a pretty strong area of support that buyers are going to want to defend as price starts moving lower. Now, if we break this area, then we got a long way to go down to 44.37. We kind of got thin volume, so that area could definitely be triggered, and we could see a big push down to 44.37.75. But as of right now, the bulls still have the control. I'm still going to be looking for a small pullback to this area, and then a giant buyback to hit the 45.91 area. So we'll see what happens. But as of right now, 45.27 to 45.20, and the possible extent of 45.11, 4500 is my key area of interest. As we take a look at the weekly chart, I realize it's kind of an ugly mess. We got tons of prices everywhere, but the key area again is going to be above 45.52 to 45.75 to 45.91. Those are my key areas of interest. So I'm kind of paying attention to what's been going on. We had a pretty big gap over here that's still kind of been left unfilled, but so far every candle, we have a bull candle, then we have a pullback. We have a bull candle, then we have a pullback, and now again we seem to have this bullish candle. So I'm be looking for a pullback to around the 45 20 to 45.02 area. We'll see what happens, but again, I'm still anticipating a push higher to take at that point of control. After that, I'll be anticipating to see an aggressive sell push back down to the 21 EMA and possibly all the way down to 4,200 and back into this kind of 2-month balance that we were in for a while. We were stuck in this area for 2 months. That's going to be a strong magnet on price, this particular area right here. So we'll see if we do get a reversal candle, if we're going to be aggressively moving back towards that area. So right now, bulls are in control, but once the sellers take solid control of this zone right here is going to be a key area of interest for me, as price is definitely going to possibly migrate in there. We have a lot of weak references left behind, so we'll see what happens. If sellers do take hold, the next key area of solid interest is going to be that 200 EMA at 39.3461. But as of right now, buyers are still in control. Next target area 45.91 as we break above 45.52. As we zoom in on the daily chart, we can see that we left a little bit of a gap right there, a little liquidity zone. That's going to be a key magnet on a price action as we move forward. We could possibly see next week a dip into this area and then a big reversal to push price higher. But as of right now, buyers are still in solid control. Monthly VWAP at 44.80 could possibly be the next target. We broke above this area and we just haven't looked back. We have some strong bullish momentum, so that has to be respected. So possibly into the next week, 45.20, 45.11, 44.94, and the extreme at 44.80 as price retraces back to the VWAP. But as of right now, I'll be looking for this little liquidity gap to possibly provide the resistance and buyer momentum we need to push price higher. If sellers take this lower and are able to break below 44.80, then we're going to go back to the pivot point around 44.02 and previous month's VWAP around 43.90 area. As we take a look at the 8-hour chart, we can see that the previous week's video that I discussed, the cup and handle pattern, did develop. We had that perfect cup and handle. Buyers were able to break through that area, a prior resistance, and then we gapped above that strong area. So like we discussed in the previous video, we spent a little time up there. The first time we tested that zone, that area got rejected. We spent a lot of time in there, about 14 candles on a 4-hour, and then price just happened to come back up, and then we gapped above it. So right now we're going to be testing prior resistance, prior support type zones. So again, 45.26, 45.15 to as low as 44.90 area is going to be key areas of interest. I'll be looking for buyers to move in off the zone. Also, the 21 EMA at 44.92 is happening to kind of migrate up with price. But right now, the buyers are definitely going to take a little breather. We could possibly trade in this range up here, kind of building volume, or we could even dip down just a little bit and then pop back above. So any dip below this area, I'd be looking for aggressive buyback and push back into the zone. 45.91 continues to be a strong magnet on price, so we'll see how buyers protect this zone. Now, if sellers are able to break below 44.89, that definitely puts price in danger of moving lower and possibly going back down to around 44.50 to 4,400. Those key areas that we had before in the last week, 44.05, 44.15, 44.30, and 44.35 are going to be key areas of interest moving forward. But as of right now, 45.15 is where I'm looking at for buyers to be moving in. As we take a look at the 4-hour chart, similar message like the 8-hour. Again, that previous sell zone that we were in, as discussed in the last week video, we broke above that. We have a good gap, and right now this area above here is going to be a strong area of resistance that I'm going to be looking for sellers to kind of contend with. 21 EMA on the 4-hour is at 45.14. That is a key area where I'll be looking for buyers to move aggressively off of, and we could possibly even see just a little dip into this sell zone area, and then buyers just kind of punch you back up and hit that 45.60 and 45.91 area. But again, this 44.86 area is going to be a strong support / resistance moving forward. I'll be looking for buyers to kind of defend that area. If we break below that, then we're going to go back to 44.50. But again, this area is going to be contested. Buyers did a lot of work to push this price above this key area and anticipate buyers to defend it. Again, 45.91 is where I believe that price is ultimately going to head towards, and then we'll see how price behaves once we get there. As we take a look at the 2-hour chart with a weekly volume profile in the background, we can see a wonderful picture that's being painted for us. Price Friday kind of got rejected off this small volume node right here. And we can see that buyers did move aggressively by that tail wick. Unfortunately, sellers still took control, pushed price just a little bit lower, and closed at 45.35. So moving forward for next week, 45.27 value area high is going to be support that I'm going to be looking for / resistance for sellers. Possibly the extension into this low volume node with 45.21 as the target. Now, if we break below 45.21, we do have a gap right here that's kind of pulling on price. But again, I'll still be looking for this large volume node right here around 45.11 area to kind of provide a lot of resistance for the sellers and a big support for the buyers. But I'm going to take each level at one time. So if buyers are not able to hold 45.27, I'll be looking at 45.21 as the next target. If buyers are unable to hold 45.21, I'll be looking at 45.11 and then so forth. Now, if we go below 45.00, we have this very low volume, and sellers could definitely take a big bite out of this and push price lower. I don't see this happening next week, as buyers will defend this higher area. I mean, they did a lot of work to get price up here, so there's going to be a heavily contested area, but it's something to kind of carry forward as the price develops. Again, prior weeks area resistance at 44.98, 44.94. Buyers did a lot of work to get price above that. So this whole entire area, I believe, is going to be a big contestant area. As you can see, this is going to be a pretty strong zone. Again, I believe price is going to be moving higher, so we'll see where we could possibly enter a trade. I'll be looking again around 45.20 to possibly enter a trade for the long side. If sellers take control above that, then I'll be waiting patiently for that area to turn into resistance, and I'll be taking a short. But I'm still bullish until we get a strong, solid reversal candle. As we take a look at the 30-minute chart, it kind of paints a similar picture that we've seen in the previous candles. With that said, I want to point your attention to the pivot points and pivot targets. R2 at 45.22 is going to be a good strong area of support. The upper extension at 38.2, that's going to be a strong area of support. Right now, price is below the 21 EMA and below the 50 EMA. So as of right now, sellers are in a little bit of a control on a 30-minute chart. They've been able to pull price a little lower. So next areas of interest for me is going to be 45.20 to 43 to 45.22 area. If price breaks below that area, then I'll be looking for at this little balance zone that we were in right here around the 45.10. 200 EMA on a 30-minute chart is at 45.07, so that's going to be a key area of support / resistance as well. And also the prior week high at 44.94. So this whole entire area is kind of developing into a big confluence zone that we could definitely take a long trade from. So as you can see, we have a pretty good zone that's presenting us with an opportunity moving forward. So if price does break into this area, then I'll be looking for that area to be defended with pushing price back above. So moving next week, we're definitely going to have a big challenge on a 30-minute chart. Buyers could definitely let this go just a little bit and then allow the opportunity for some sellers to get trapped. But with doing so, it's going to give us an opportunity to move price higher. So we'll see where it goes from there. As we take a look at the market profile from last week, we have some key areas I want to kind of point out to you guys. The 45, 41, 25 point of control, the value area high at 45, 48, value area low at 45, 35, 25. Price kind of closed right at that value area low, so technically it's kind of neutral. But again, the biggest caveat that I see on this is the point of control that we have from the previous day at 45.22.75. This area could definitely act as a magnet on price, and once we neutralize that and turn that magnet off, then it gives the opportunity for the buyers to kind of move aggressively off that area and take this high volume node out and this resistance area out to push price higher. But again, right now, kind of corresponding with what we saw previously on a 4-hour chart and on a 30-minute chart, the 4520 area is a pretty strong confluence area that I'll be looking at going long from. I'm going to give the buyers the opportunity to prove to me that they're moving in by watching the DOM and also watching the volume coming in. But again, that's what I'm looking at for next week. If sellers are able to push lower, push past 4520, 4511, if they're able to push below 4511, 4500, and 4494 is those areas that I'll be looking at. If we push below that, then I'll be anticipating a possible reversal, and I'll see how aggressive the momentum is going to be for the sellers. The sellers have to have strong momentum to break all those resistance areas. If they don't, then buyers will have the opportunity to move back in to target that 4591 area. Momentum is key moving forward. And that's something I'll be looking for a reversal candle. Once we hit 45.91, I want to see the momentum strike on the sell side aggressively. I want to see those resistance areas be knocked out, and I want to see sellers move in aggressively. Until we see that aspect of it, the bull market's still going to be going forward. With that said, I want to thank you guys for the opportunity to present you guys this video. If you like what you see, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit the like button, and also go ahead and click on a free link for the Discord group I have. With that said, thank you very much for your time, and you guys have a good night.